Well, congrats to Wake. They are an outstanding basketball team. They've been the most efficient offensive team in our league, and they played that way tonight. They got off to such a hot start shooting the basketball, knocked us back early, and really kept us back. I thought our guys fought a little bit more in the second half. We only had 5 turnovers. We executed offensively, but we dug a hole so deep that it was really hard to get out of on the road against a team as good as them. They are as good of an offensive team as we've played all season. Alondis Williams he's a phenomenal player. He's 1 assist away from a triple-double, but he just controls the game. He's strong. What an incredible story from where that kid has come from and, to the year that he's having right now. So again, congrats to them. We have work to do. We'll get back to work, and hopefully we'll be ready to take care of business on Saturday. Questions?
Jeff, Wake had obviously done a lot of their damage from deep, shooting about 52% from 3 tonight. How much of that was them making shots, or was there some that you weren't seeing from your defense as far as guys being up on them and closing out?
It's a combination of both. I thought that obviously they made shots and they really moved the basketball. Williams is really, really good from the standpoint he has such a great feel for the game, and he sees when guys are open. He anticipates when guys are open. He's able to make skip passes and to find guys. And a guy like LaRavia that hadn't made a lot of threes, like he made his first 3 tonight. And he was 4 for 6. That's something that we wanted to try to keep him out of the paint, but he made shots tonight from the perimeter. The thing that I didn't think that we did a good job of, and it's not taking anything away from them, I just didn't think Wake felt us early. And what I mean by that, everything was just easy. We didn't have them turning their back. There wasn't any pressure on the ball handler and things like that. And I thought it made it, look, they're a really good offensive team anyway, but I thought it made it a little bit easier for them to see those passes because we weren't up on the ball handler like we needed to be.
Is that a matter of effort and intensity, or
we just didn't do it? We just didn't do it. We just didn't do it today. It's not blaming it. We just didn't do it.
Were you encouraged by the second half at all, Jeff?
I was encouraged that we came out and we continued to fight. I wasn't encouraged by what we did defensively. I was encouraged by some of the things offensively that we did. We scored 51 points in a half in 20 minutes. I'm not sure we've done that. But defensively is where we have to hang our hat. We're not going to outscore people. That's not who we are. We have to get back, to the grit and to the dirty work stuff. That's when we win. That's when we put ourselves in a position, to win, is when we do that stuff.
You get that back.
Have to work at it.
Jeff, Femi was able to get things going, and he was kind of the presence that was able to get you guys on the board early. What did you see from him that sort of stepped things up in this game? Seemed like he found some confidence outside and driving inside. This is the first time he scored 20 points since Jacksonville.
Yeah, he just made some plays. He made some shots. Got into a good rhythm offensively where he made some shots. He was able to, make some drives. He made a couple of threes early. With the way they were playing the ball screens, he was able to get downhill, get to the basket, made some finishes there.
Is Femi doing okay? I had seen him gripping like the front of his knee there when he had slipped.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's okay. He was able to play and finish until he fouled out. I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, Jeff, I'm not sure what the protocols are on this, but how much these past few days were you able to be around the team? Like, were you able to be there and watch over practices? I don't know, like what kind of contact they have.
Today's the first day that I've seen my team since Sunday morning. I found out 15 minutes before we were getting ready to leave that I was positive. So I haven't been around them. I've Zoomed them. I've talked to them, but this is the first time. This morning I got here about 10:15, and we had shoot around at 11:30. So that's today was my first contact with them.
Are you feeling okay?
I'm feeling okay. Thank you.
Jeff, John had a hard time getting things going in the first half. He only put up 2 points, and it was off a jump shot. But it seemed like he was starting to figure things out in the second half. What did he do different, or what were you coaching him to try to adjust in his game that he wasn't doing right in the first half?
Roll harder, finish through contact, play through contact, get angles, and just finish. I thought he had some opportunities in the first half. Their length bothered him a little bit in the first half. I thought as the game went on, he adjusted to it and he was able to get angles, post a little bit deeper, roll hard off the ball screens, and made some plays at the basket.
Jeff, we had talked earlier about what Wake's done in the portal and how they've been able to have such a quick turnaround this season. I mean, for you as a coach, how much, if at all, does that give you hope that given the way college basketball is now, that there is a chance for programs to get turned around quickly?
Yeah, it's encouraging. They did an outstanding job in the portal. They got 4 guys that have been difference makers for them. And what it's done is that it's put their returning guys they have, Mucius and Davion Williams, who are good players, but it's kind of, put them in the positions where they are best suited, which is not the primary role, but really, really, really good players, but playing off of some primary guys. And so it's encouraging. College athletics, and especially college basketball, is very different right now. We have to adjust to it. But there is an opportunity to improve your team fast, and Wake's a great example of that.
Jeff, this was the fourth loss of the past 5 ACC losses. This was the 4th one by double digits. I mean, how, I guess in the past, have you seen your team rebound from games like this? And is there any effect at all if these keep kind of stacking up after a team had been competitive for so much of the first month of ACC play?
I try not to concern myself with that. I try to keep it one game at a time and focus on that game that's in front of us. All of my attention now will be on Virginia Tech and what do we have to do. For the most part this season, our team has responded when we haven't played well. We certainly haven't in the past couple of games, at BC, which was just a weird weekend and day and things like that. And obviously we played an outstanding team. We didn't do it today. We responded after Clemson. Hopefully we can respond on Saturday.
Jeff, how are you guys preparing for, or how do you plan to prepare for, 2 quick games like you're about to have against Virginia Tech? You guys have dealt with a lot of irregular things lately, and this seems to be another.
Yeah, well, we'll just prepare for the one on Saturday first. That's it. We'll put all of our eggs in that basket. We'll get back to work with our guys tomorrow. We'll get to work as a staff tonight, and we'll just focus on Saturday. And after Saturday, we'll focus on Monday. We know that we're in a tough stretch coming up where we have a lot of games and a lot of days. But we have to prepare. That's the way the schedule is. And we'll take them one at a time, and hopefully we'll be ready for Saturday. Thanks.
Femi, this is your highest point total in, I think, over a month here. I think about a month and a half. What for you felt different tonight, if anything?
Yesterday we had a team meeting, and we was talking and stuff, and people said I was struggling to help the team and raise, I wasn't playing like myself. So I said today when I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna play like myself, and I'm gonna get back to playing like myself.
Now, you said teammates had told you that, or coaches had?
Yeah, teammates and coaches.
How much, if at all, had you noticed that yourself, or was that saying that hearing it from others really resonated with you?
Yeah, it's hearing from somebody else. I knew that myself because I was putting too much pressure, but hearing from others, it sounded like letting them down. So I didn't want to let nobody down from now on.
What were some of the things you felt like you got away from that you weren't doing that you maybe did more tonight?
Being aggressive, looking for my shots. I think I was in my head too much. When I missed a couple easy layups, I think I was oh, let me calm down and look for others. Just not being shot ready and stuff in that instance, in that case. Sorry.
Do you feel
what can the team do to try to get out of the situation they're in right now?
We got to play with more energy. In the first half, beginning for the first 3 minutes, they hit every shot. We're not playing with such urgency, hands up. We just got to play a little more fight. Can't play with fight at the end.
Femi, when you hearing that criticism, you said it made you not want to put it, but did it help you settle into your game just to kind of like you may help you not overthink things, or like how does that change your approach to things? Day to day, every day you're coming out, you're doing your best, you're fighting, and then you hear that, and it seems like it woke something up in you.
Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna let nobody down no more. I'm not gonna let my players, the fans out there, and my family. I felt like I was letting everybody down. And once my teammates and coaches said that to me, I said it's time to wake up to show everybody what you can do.
Femi, what defensively, I guess especially on the perimeter, seem to be the biggest problems tonight?
We're not locked in for the whole 30 seconds on the shot clock. We're getting backdoored and stuff like that. Just simple assignments we do in practice. Jumping to the ball, being straight up, stuff like that.
For me, in games where you guys are facing a team that's shooting as well as Wake Forest, what are you guys telling yourselves to try to keep things focused in those moments? Because at one point you guys did get it back down to 13 in a game where you guys were down by more than 20 at one point.
We just kept saying, be aggressive, make them uncomfortable. Tonight they was comfortable in every situation. During their plays, they wasn't facing sideways, they was facing straight up. So trying to make them uncomfortable.
What are the biggest challenges that they present for in opposing defense? And I guess with Alondas Williams in particular, what are the biggest challenges as someone who has to defend a guy like that he presents?
Just being aware and stuff like that. Like it was hard blocking him on the screens because he could see over and make the right plays and stuff like that. So it's just little stuff like that.
I mean, what's it been like without Jeff? He told us that this was the first day that he's been able to be with you guys since he was told that he was positive for COVID-19. What was it like leading into this week, like knowing that the only way you could talk to him is via text or Zoom or something?
It was pretty hard because usually we see him every day, and his energy brings a lot to the practices. But we did good. In my opinion, I think we did good. Coach Brown helped us out doing the same situations that Capel did. So we felt bad that he wasn't there, but we got to move forward.
Femi, in your all's first 3 conference games, y'all lost those by a combined 5 points. So as tough as the losses were, y'all were at least close. That was the 4th of your past 5 losses. This was the 4th one decided by 10 points or more. How much, if at all, for someone on that team does the effect of loss after loss like that have?
It just sucks losing, but we can't keep going back in the past. So we just know we got to look forward to Virginia Tech and try to flip it around.
Does it feel at all like this team has taken a step back here over the past 2 weeks?
Yeah, step back, just the way how we playing and stuff like that. But we're gonna figure it out leading to these couple of games left.
I mean, as a guy, you're working on the back end on your game and trying to fix things. When you see John, a player that you've seen dominate so much this season when he comes inside, only scored 2 points in the first half and then get 15 in the second. What are the things that you're telling him? You guys, you're both sophomores. You came in together. What are things you're telling him, as your relationship is growing in those moments where the team needs him to step up as much as you do?
I just tell him keep picking his setup. Even though you're scoring 2 points in the first half, it doesn't really matter. Everybody is emphasizing on him on our team. They double him every time he touches it. So we got to make him effective in other ways. When he's lowering his defensive stands and talking, we a good Pitt team.
Femi, is your leg feeling okay, by the way?
Yeah, it's feeling okay. Thank you for asking.